Welcome to the Daily Fantasy 5 for this Monday, June 17th. This is episode 119, and we are bringing you the 5 things you need to know every day in the world of fantasy sports. Today, that includes Justin Upton, Sean Newcomb, Clint Frazier, and our running back rankings for the upcoming fantasy football season. We'll get to all that after a word from www.mathradio.com, where you can pick up an online math course for as little as $9.99 to help your child, ages 7 through 17, get better grades in school, score higher on exams, and even get into college. Visit mathradio.com to pick up an online math course today. www.mathradio.com. All right, everybody. So this week, the way it's going to work, we are starting our running back rankings today. Today, I'll cover running backs 18 through 20. I've got the running backs grouped into 5 different groups. We're going to rate from 20 all the way back to 1. So we'll do that Monday through Friday this week. Then on Saturday, we're going to cover our sleepers. And on Sunday, I'll go through a mock draft that I'm doing this week. So that is your fantasy football coverage for the week. And today we've got 3 baseball stories to go through. And we'll, of course, hit up any breaking news as it happens during the week on fantasy sports. So today we have big news out of the Angels, the Los Angeles Angels, almost called them Anaheim. Justin Upton is set to come back and play for the Angels tonight. I should have been on this earlier. I apologize for that. If he is still available in your league, go out there and pick him up right now, as he should be a contributor right away. He did well in his rehab assignment. He hit 30 home runs last year. He should be very, very productive again this season, and he should also help out all the other Angels that might be on your roster with some extra added boost and protection in the lineup. So go out there, pick up Justin Upton if he's available, either as a free agent or by trade. Sean Newcomb, he's going to avoid the injured list after being hit in the head with a line drive the other day. On the season, he has a 2.38 ERA, 1.38 whip, 29 strikeouts in 34 innings. Don't love those whip numbers. The ERA seems to be a little bit lower than it should be, so I would not be jumping out there to grab Sean Newcomb, but at least he's not going to the injured list. He did not have any concussion. All right. Our final story in Major League Baseball today comes out of the New York Yankees again. Clint Frazier has been sent down to AAA. The 24-year-old outfielder was surprised by this, even though, basically because he's hitting 283 with 11 home runs and 34 RBIs. Pretty nice season. A lot of other teams would like to have this guy. With Judge and Stanton coming back and Encarnacion being traded for, I would assume that Clint Frazier might be trade bait if the Yankees need something going forward, because a lot of teams would like a outfielder who's batting 283 with 11 home runs right now. So that's it for baseball. Let's get into our running back rankings, and we're going to go 20 through 18. This group is what I call my long shots. They are guys that aren't typically players you're going to see in the top 20 in most rankings, but I really think they have the opportunity to land in the top 20 and even in the top 10 or 5 if things work out. So we're going to start with running back number 20 for this fantasy season. I'm going with rookie Darrell Henderson out of Memphis. He is playing for the Los Angeles Rams, if you don't know, this season. He is the second rookie. There's a little preview for you to make this list. Henderson is an absolute beast. I had him ranked as running back number 2 after Jacobs in this year's NFL draft. The Memphis running back will be ready to step in if Gurley is not able to overcome his injury from last season, or if Gurley has any other issues that continue into the season. If he wins the lion's share of the work, which I think is possible, he will finish as a top 10 fantasy running back. The guy can run. He can even catch the ball a little bit. Not as good as Gurley, admittedly, but he can still stay out there on third downs and catch the football. The situation is absolutely perfect for Henderson as long as Gurley doesn't get in his way. So, yes, of course, there's risk involved here, as Henderson probably won't see much of the field if Gurley is healthy. But the reward is simply too much to pass up. You could be getting a top 5, top 10 running back. I think he's being drafted in like the 8th or 9th round. That is amazing value. I like him as a top 20 guy this year. All right, number 19, another guy in a similar situation. I'm going with Darius Geis. He is a second-year player. He did not play at all last year. He was injured. Geis was my second favorite running back in the draft last year. He was behind Saquon Barkley. Then he was injured and missed the entire season, so that didn't look too good for me. Reports as to his health are mixed right now, so not hearing great things, but I still believe in Geis. Admittedly, there's a lot going against him. The injury history is a real problem, as is the crowded backfield in Washington. The Redskins have Adrian Peterson, Chris Thompson, and rookie Bryce Love. all on the Washington roster this year. And in addition, there's a huge lack of a passing game in Washington, and that should cause opponents to stack the box against the Washington running game. These are all problems for Geis, but I don't care. Geis has a talent to be a top 10 player if he can stay healthy, which I believe he can do, and I believe he might finish the season as a top 10 player. Don't need to rank him that high. I'm still going to rank him as the number 19 running back on my list. All right. Number 18 on my list of long shots here in my fantasy rankings for running backs is Tariq Cohen. All right, Tariq Cohen is much more of a solid player than the other two guys I have in this group. Tariq Cohen finished 13 amongst fantasy running backs last year in a half PPR format. He is being drafted as the 27th best back in fantasy football so far this offseason. So what changes have the Bears made that push Cohen down from 13th all the way to 27th? Well, the offense is essentially the same. Sure, the Bears did draft a new running back. They got rid of Howard and brought in Davis. But, I mean, Montgomery, the new running back they drafted, is more likely to take touches from Davis than he is from Cohen. Cohen is your scat back, your third down guy who is going to run the ball a little bit, but really is all about catching passes. So last season, he had 99 rushing attempts and 91 receiving targets. That is great opportunity there for Cohen. I don't see any reason for that to change. I actually think he'll get more production this year. So as long as those numbers don't change too much, Cohen will be a very valuable RB2 with upside to finish in the top 10 if he can get even more of the workload, which I think he can do. I don't think Montgomery or who's the other guy? Davis are as good as Howard was the last few years. So I think Cohen will even get more rushes and he will get more targets this year. So I think his value really is, I mean, he finished 13th last year. I would predict him to finish even better than that, somewhere in the 8 to 12 range. As long as he stays healthy and gets the work, I think he will. So those are your running backs 18 through 20. Tomorrow we will go through running backs 14 through 17. Those are my round 2 running backs that I like as your RB2. And I will see you tomorrow with more things that you need to know in the fantasy world. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel on YouTube. If you are listening to the podcast, we would love a 5-star rating and review on either Spotify or iTunes. And please check out our sponsor, www.mathradio.com. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.